Alright folks, so just want to give you an update on stuff that's going on here in my world. So just going to walk through some tanks and talk about some projects that I've got coming up, things I'm working on as we go along. So this is my 75-gallon community tank. As you can see, it's doing very well. Plants are growing like crazy. Fish are doing good. My 40 breeder over here, he is doing very well, along with the dwarf neon rainbow fish that I've got in there. They're doing very good, that I got from Dan's Fish. And matter of fact, I got to do a water change on this tank today. That's one of the projects I got to get done. So let's look at this is my 10-gallon that I had some cloudy water issues. It's cleared up pretty good. It's full of shrimp and celestial pearl danios, and you know, you can see them back here swimming around. They stay in the back pretty much, but this tank is doing pretty good. I'm about ready to pull the little green fighting machine, or whatever you call it. It's a UV light. Take it out because you don't really need it anymore. So let's run over here to my killifish tank. It's a little 5.5 gallon tank. That water is crystal clear. I have 2 killifish in here and some shrimp, and there's one of them right there. You can see that is the female. The male's in here somewhere. They've been really finicky eaters for me. I found the only thing that they want to eat is some Sierra Viperam, or I don't know how to pronounce their food, but that's what they really tend to like. And so I end up feeding them that. That's what they seem to like. I've tried many different types of things, and that's what they go after, like right away. Okay, so let's talk about over here. Let's go to my 20-gallon dirted tank. So, as y'all know, I'm going to build a new rack. That's another project. I'm going to take this 20-gallon and my 29-gallon, which is up here. These 2 tanks are going to be on a new rack, along with my new 20 long, which I haven't got set up until I get the racks done and get everything taken care of. I do want to show you what's really neat in my 29-gallon is my pogo stem. Look at that doggone flower. I mean, it's purple. I don't know if we can get a better look at it. Look at that. It's flowering and little purple flowers on it. That's so pretty. Can't believe it's the first time I've ever seen that stuff happen with a pogo stem. And then I got some sort of other plant that's just growing out the tank too, so it's all good. And then now my 180, the light's not on yet, but it's doing well. Fish are doing great, you know, like normal. So let's go out into the garage and we'll take a look at what we got going on out there. There you go, folks. So this is all the lumber I got left over from doing the concrete framing around my wife's garden. So this lumber is what I'm going to use as we're going to get started on building the 3-tier aquarium stand. For my 20 long, my 20 tall, and my 29-gallon. So I got to get started on that this week. It's kind of raining out or sprinkling out, so I don't really want to go outside because I got to clean the concrete off of the wood pretty good. And then I got to start doing measurements and cut it and all that stuff. And I got all the tools to do that. It's just I need a little bit better weather. I'm supposed to get some rainy weather for the next couple days. So, you know, let's walk over to my tub out there and we'll talk about it. So this tub, I've already talked to my son-in-law So we are planning on this coming up weekend. We are going to move this tub out to my patio. As you can see, it's on big wheels. I will have to drain it down some because it is really heavy with all this water, and you know, there's 150 pounds of sand in the bottom of this, plus a dirt substrate underneath all that sand. So yeah, it's pretty heavy. I did build a little overflow here, so when it rains, if it fills this tub way up high, that it will drain out. And I put a little piece of foam on it right there, so you can see it will stop the shrimp and the babies and everything else from coming out of it. But as you can see, this thing is doing great. I keep taking this frog bit, I mean handfuls and handfuls of it out because it grows so fast. I give it to a friend of mine and he feeds it to his ducks. They love it. This darn thing has got, you know, my rice fish. I've given several of the rice fish away. I've got tons of babies in here, you know, guppy babies. They're just like all over here, and you can see them scooting around in there. And you know, the rice fish, I don't know if they're starting to spawn yet or not. I haven't seen any with eggs underneath them yet. But once they go out there in the sun all day, they'll start spawning for sure. And maybe I'll put my spawning mops back in here and see if I can get some eggs out or not. And look at this red guppy. Oh my goodness. I just can't believe the color difference of these guppies out here compared to in my tank. It's just totally different colorations outside. I don't know why. I guess something would do with outside and the sunlight or whatever is just really enhances them. So now let's take a look over here. I'll swing around the other way and I'll talk to you about this little plant deal. So folks, this used to be my, I was raising my rice fish fry last summer in this tank, tub, whatever you want to call it, and all it is plants. There's no fish in here now, and there's no filtration, there's no air, no nothing. It's just a tub full of plants. So when I get my 20 long set up, I will be pulling plants out of here, you know, to feed that tank and to, you know, suck up the nutrients. And this also is a dirted with sand substrate. I don't know if you can tell very much, but it was my own homemade concoction of dirt, kind of following Father Fish's stuff, except for it didn't have all his supplemental stuff in there. But I mixed it up myself, and this thing does fine. I mean, like I say, there's nothing going on in here. There's no fish or anything. It's just plants. So that's where we're at with that. But I am really excited to get this thing outdoors. This is my next big deal, you know. It's going to be pretty fun moving it, that's for darn sure. But I'm ready to get it outside and get it out my garage so I have more room to do some work. But, you know, here in Texas, the weather in the wintertime, it's not terrible cold like my friend Chris up there in Canada from Stubbs Aquatic, you know, that's buried in 14,000 feet of snow. Ha! Not rubbing it in, Chris, but anyhow, here in Texas, you know, it's like 75 degrees right now, so it's beautiful weather. And let's go show you, you know, the garden that my wife and me, we got done. We had some contractor to do some concrete work, and that's like, say, all the lumber came from the framing. And then the other day we took my truck and got 2 big loads of dirt, garden soil, and cleaned it all out of the truck and put it in the garden and got the garden set up. And my wife has actually planted all her seeds already. So let's go take a look at her garden real quick. So, all right, folks, this is her garden. It is set up. We bought 2 truckloads of garden soil, and filled it up, and my wife has planted her cucumbers or Korean melons and I don't know what else, but she's in charge of the garden. I just here to do some of the labor work, but it's looking good. I can't wait for this summer. I mean, here we are at the beginning of March and already starting to plant, so that's awesome. And I just want to show you right here on the end of my patio where that live trap is. That's where my 150-gallon tub is going to sit. And because I do have predators here, I have raccoons, possums, cats, there's foxes, all them kind of things that sit right behind here in the woods. And they all end up in my backyard. So what I did, I just recently, I put a security camera right up here. So you can see. And that's going to be pointing right at my 150-gallon tub, and so I can see what's trying to steal my fish or get in there or whatever. And I got to figure out a way to kind of I've got some netting or maybe some chicken wire to put over top of it to keep them out. Don't know yet. We'll figure that out as we go, but that's where my tub is going to go. And like I say, we're just going to have to roll it from my garage, and we'll roll it across this grass back out here. There's my gate, and my garage is around the other side of that gate to the left, and we'll just roll it out here, and then it'll come up here, and then we'll get it up on the pad. So, all right, folks, that's my little update that got going on, folks. So I guess as you can tell, folks, you see I've got a lot going on. Been busy. You know, getting my wife's garden set up and getting the dirt. Man, I realize, you know, being in your mid-60s and you're out of shape and you go do work like that, you're lame for like 3 days. So anyhow, that's my update. You know, we got a lot going on. I'm not a speed demon, so it's not going to be in a big hurry. We're just going to get piece by piece, little by little, we're going to get her done, and I'm just going to go from there. So anyway, folks, I hope you have a great week. Enjoy your fish time, as I will, as always. And we love y'all. God bless you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.